this time of morning I'm barely awake, but this is what time I get up whenever I go to the gym before work. What I usually do is, as you can see, I basically have my stuff for breakfast prepared basically the night before. It just makes my morning a little bit easier, so everything's kind of ready. Let's see. So before I go to the gym, I usually just have really a snack, just something light and sweet, just to give me a little bit of energy for the morning. So a little bit of cereal is usually enough. And then when I get back from the gym, I have some proper breakfast. And that's what I need this for. So I prepare myself some eggs for lots of pure protein. So it is 10 to 4 in the morning. I'm almost at my gym. I really like getting to do a workout this early in the morning because one, at this time it's pretty much empty, and I get really motivated sort of having the gym to myself. Two, it's early enough that I'll get a good workout done. I'll make it home in time to do about an hour's work on my goal before I start my office work, and I'll still be starting work by about 7:30 before everybody else sort of gets there. Again, also really motivating. I feel like I sort of have an edge on my day starting before everybody. So yeah, I'm just about here. I love getting to the gym at this time. It's just before 4 in the morning. There's no one here. See that? The lights come on for me. It's my gym. So it's 5:45 in the morning. I've just finished an hour and a half gym workout session. I feel pumped, ready to attack my day. Now I'm just gonna get home really quickly, start doing some work on my goal, start doing a bit of coding before I start my actual job. I gotta get to work in order to get to work. So this is the second part of my breakfast. And in the mornings at this time, I usually have egg whites, 6 to 8, depending on how hungry I'm feeling. And I keep it really simple. I just put a little bit of, very little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. I don't need much more than that. And I do egg whites because this is one of the most natural and purest form of proteins that you can get. It is just after 6:30 and I'm going to start working on my goal on my app. I'll do a little bit of coding now for about an hour before I start my regular job at 7:30. For the time that I have, I'm going to work on a part of the GUI, so I want to do a little bit of the browsing part of the shopping list. So I basically sketched out a little bit on a piece of paper just what I would like the GUI to sort of look like. And essentially I'm going to try and design that now with the time that I have. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this very well, but essentially I've just done a little bit of a drawing here, as you can see, and similarly on my other page I've just basically made some notes all along here which basically describes the various parts of the screen, what I would like it to look like, and essentially what the different buttons are and stuff and icons and graphics that are going to appear on this little part of the screen, which basically shows you what a grocery item looks like, and you can essentially add stuff to your shopping list or take stuff off your shopping list, and you can see some details about the grocery item. So that's essentially what I'm going to work on. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've pretty much finished about as much of the GUI design as I can manage for this morning with the time that I have. It's now just gone 7:30 and it's now time for me to switch modes and get into my regular office work. So yeah, back to my day job. So I usually like to start my morning just basically having a look at what I have in my agenda for the day, have a look at my plan, what meetings I have, and that helps me kind of orientate my day, get a feel for the things that I've got to address, so I know how to prioritize what tasks I'm going to work on. I've got quite a few meetings in the morning. I'll be starting a little after 9 with a daily stand-up with my team. Okay. Then I basically check emails for a little bit, reply to anything that came in since last night. Okay, so I have my team daily stand-up in about 5 minutes. It's 9:10 at the moment, so we usually have a stand-up for 15 minutes, 9:15 to 9:30. We basically get together, we talk about what we did yesterday, what we plan to do today, and any issues that we might have that might be sort of stopping us from achieving our goals or our tasks for today. And I basically try and help the team sort of move or get rid of any blockers and just make sure everybody's aligned in terms of still moving towards our sprint goal. So, a normal day, but let me refresh for a second. Hey guys, good morning. Okay, that's me done for the day as far as work's concerned. Now I'm going to chill for a couple of hours, then I'm going to come back later and carry on working on my goal, carry on doing some coding around the layout form that I was doing for the grocery item earlier this morning. Yeah, that's it. welcome back. This is now my evening session. It is a little bit past 9. I just spent a couple of hours chilling with the family and having dinner, and I'm now in for my evening grind session. As you know, this morning I did a little bit of work on designing, let me show you that again. Sure. Yep, so I did a bit of work designing this layout. The idea is that essentially you'll be able to add stuff into your grocery item list or your shopping list. You'll be able to see a little bit of a description of your grocery item and just scroll through some grocery categories. Let me give you a little bit of a demo of what something like this should look like. So in another app. Okay, so this is a normal grocery shopping app. And essentially what you can see over here is a list that you can scroll up and down, and what you see essentially is categories that group the items that you can see. So along here, along desktop category Actionen, these are basically your special offers. You see, you can sort of scroll left and right. If I go down here, these are Neuheiten, the new items. You can see again, you can sort of scroll left and right with these items. And then if I go to here, Beliebte Produkte, these are your favorite products. Again, you can sort of scroll left and right. So this idea of an up and down scrolling list, and then also a left and right scrolling list, this is essentially what I'm trying to replicate in my own application. And I had to do a bit of research to sort of figure out how I can do that. I'll come on to that topic in a second. But as regards to this sort of layout that you see over here that I've designed, you can see obviously there's some indications about whether it's a vegetarian product, whether it's a recommended product, a sort of discount, if you've marked it as a favorite product, some basic description, price, and the category of the item that you're seeing, and obviously a picture of these bunch of grapes. This data will be stored in a database, so I'll need to be able to pull this information out of a database and into my app so that you can see it and obviously scroll through it. So I've done some work already designing what a database should look like. So I have here a basic product, so you can see some simple attributes about the product, like the name, the description, an IBAN code, some measurement details that you can store about it. And then over here I have some details about the nutritional content of your product, your grocery item. I have over here some stuff about the ingredients that make up your grocery item. I have over here some details about the category of the grocery item, and I have a whole bunch more data that I'll be storing about this, which will be sitting in a database. I have some sample data. I actually have quite a lot of sample data, so I did quite a bit of work with a web service where essentially I ripped through a grocery supplier's product details and just pulled a whole bunch of details and stuff into my database just so that I can use it for my own test purposes. Maybe I'll cover that in another video post. So I have a lot of sample data that I can start playing around with in my database. Okay, so now back to here. I now need to be able to pull that data out of the database into my application. So that's essentially what I'm going to work on, how I'm going to capture that data in my application. And then also the idea that I showed you of these scrolling lists vertically and horizontally. Probably spend another couple of hours on this tonight. So I have this class over here, which is basically, I've already started coding it. You can see I start storing some details that I'm going to pull back from the database, like the name, the category, the description, the item code, the measurement details, so some of the stuff that I showed you in the database. And so now let's carry on working. Okie. Okay, so I've basically finished as much coding as I can handle for tonight. It's a bit after midnight, and I more or less have the recycler view working as I wanted it to be. Well, it's not quite perfect, but it's working well enough. So let me just show you what I have so far. Okay, So if you remember, I talked about this scrolling list where you can essentially scroll up and down and then left and right across the grocery items, and that's more or less what I've built. I needed a lot of sample data for this, and as I mentioned, I have a lot of data in my database already, but it's quite a lot more work to essentially have a web service that pulls the data out of my database and shoots it to my application. So I haven't had time to code that well. That'll take a little while for me to code still. So for the meantime, I've just essentially hard coded some sample data. I've just basically browsed some websites and just ripped pictures and some details about some sample grocery products. There's just a little bit to give me, enough just to be able to scroll the list just to see that it's working. So let me just run that so you can have a look and see what I currently have working. Okay, so this is my app working. So you come in and on the browse section where you can essentially go through your grocery items, you can see now I have a whole bunch of items. This image that you see is basically what gets displayed when an image is loading or still loading. And what I've noticed is for a lot of the links that I used, they're not working yet in the app. I'm not quite sure why. But when I test them in the browser, the links seem to be working, so I have to do a bit of research to figure out what that is. But you can see for the meat section, there's a little image here showing. It says 4 items. I can scroll, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Now the images are not on these, I'm not showing, so let me scroll to one where the images are showing. Okay, if you have a look here, the bakery items, you can see some items are showing here. And these pictures are not fantastic or anything, I literally just ripped them off random pages off the internet, and they're not well formatted or anything like that, so obviously a lot of work will be done to tidy that out, but just to get the general functionality working. But if I go here, you can see also I can scroll through quite a few items. I'm quite happy with that because it took really a lot of work. For the most part, you can see that I have it working. I just need to figure out why some of these some of these images are not displaying. Basically, yeah, my recycler view is working. I can now basically replace this data with real data that will be coming from my DB. And then also, let's just show you that working on my phone. Give me a second. Okay, if I start that, I should kick it up on my phone. So you can see essentially the same thing here. And again, if I click the browse section, I have the same list of scrollable items, which you can see if I go right down to the bottom, the breads. If I scroll to the left, you can see those items. Scroll back, and I'm having the same problem on my phone where some of the images are showing and some of the images are not showing, like that one not showing. These ones are showing. The other thing that I've noticed so far is if I have a look at these, the images they're large enough that you can see them, but if I look at some of these buttons where you're supposed to be able to add and reduce the items and the number count in here, that's a little bit small, and the text given the description here of the actual item, that's also a little bit small. So I have to play around with this a little bit and size it up so it looks better, and it's obviously more user friendly. But it's a good start, Not bad for a morning and evening session. Got a long way still to go, but step by step, making progress. Okay, that's about as much as I can manage for tonight. I'm pretty exhausted, to be honest. Everyone's pretty much asleep. It's a little past midnight, so I'm gonna hit the sack pretty soon myself. Started about 3:30, got a good workout done, did some work on my goal this morning. Did my regular job, got to spend a little bit of time with the family, and then put in a few hours tonight on my goal. I guess that's kind of what it's going to take if I really want to do this. Fake it till you make it, as the saying goes. So this is me. This is how I put in my energy. This is how I put in my grind and my work. I hope you're doing the same on your own goals. Keep working at it, keep grinding at it, and I shall see you at the next one. Peace.